Hello everybody, how are you? I'm Liz from TréLiz, and this is officially the third time that I'm starting this podcast. Yes, I can do it. I can make it happen. So, if you're a new viewer, welcome to this fibery and colorful yarny related podcast. I hope you will enjoy it, and if you do, please put this a little thumbs up and just subscribe. And if you want to be alerted when I have a new video, just click on the bell too. If you're a returning viewer, welcome back. How are you? How have you been? What you doing? What are you meeting, people? Let me know. Of course I want to know. So I started a couple of times this podcast because first of all, I have Decine, which she's my dog, and she has a collar because she scratched her cornea. Yes, that's been a crazy 15 days that we're going on and off to the vet because of her eye. She's getting much better, but yeah, for precaution, she has, you know, this Elizabethan collar. It's named, and yeah, and she's bumping into things. And because she's curious, she wants to see what I'm doing over here and who am I talking to, and you can actually listen to her bumping into things. Right now, I don't know if you heard, but she did. So she was going back and forth to the living room area where she has her big, you know, fluffy cushion, but she was listening to me that I'm talking to someone, so she was coming back and forth, and you could always hear her bumping into things. So I just put her very big cushion over here, so now she can see me and she can relax too. And yeah, I cannot guarantee that she won't be bumping into things, so you might listen to some boom boom boom. So that's the kind. Sorry, we're gonna roll with that, okay? Yes, we are. So, first things first, the Westnitz TréLiz Nidalong has ended. It was an Nidalong that started beginning of December until end of March, and I had some prizes on, and I just did the draw before doing the podcast. So I will also put the information on the group, TréLiz group on Ravelry. But I just wanted to say thank you to all who have you know, joined this. And maybe I should just say a quick the winners. Like, okay, I have 5 skins that I'm giving away to 5 different people, and it's about my mandala colorway, which is that colorway. This is on sock yarn, but you can choose either the Aries base, which is the sock yarn, or the Zeus, which is the single merino yarn base. So mandala colorway, and the 5 winners is Yarnesty, then it's Little Bush Baby, then it's Pan Within, then it's John Boy NY, and then it's P Zoet. So I will be in contact with you guys and sending them to you. Then there's one skein of choice given away by Kenji, and this one is Eleni from Manakori who won it. Then there's also one skein of Otherworldly Yarns won by Valpuspus. Then Eleni from Manakori is giving away a project bag, and it's Ensign who won it. And then there's a pattern of choice for 2 people by Yarnesty, and there's one, it was won by Meltricote Paris, and the other one is by Marie Clochette. And then 2 copies of the Hooded Bat by Bertie Chill was one from John Boy NY, and the other one by Loop Loop. So I'm very excited. Thank you for all the people that wanted to give away a prize. Thank you for everybody who joined in this knit along. It was really fun to see what you were making and the color choices. Lots of inspiration over there. and really, really great. I think we're gonna do something like that very soon. As I'm talking about knit-alongs and giveaways, a lot of people have bought my kits for the so faded sweater, and finally I can say that most of you have gotten their kits or are about to have them. So I decided next Sunday, Sunday the 7th, we will be starting the knit along of the So Faded, and I'm thinking on having it until maybe the 14th of May, like a month and something, a bit more. And yeah, so I'm very excited. I will be posting emails with the official date to people who got the So Faded kit, so I'm sure you got the information, because maybe, you know, with the algorithms of Instagram or Facebook, or, you know, you might have not had the chance to watch me here on the podcast, you will get the information. So yes, I have also something else to propose as a knit along and kits, but this will be a bit later on with all the information about, you know, shop updates and stuff like that. So I'm very happy, very excited. I think it was one of my biggest, you know, like knit alongs that I've done, and I'm very happy that people wanted to, you know, get on with it. And yes, very excited people. So I'm taking this little paper because, as always, I have my little paper of information, and I'm very happy to say that yeah, I haven't done much this couple of weeks as far as knitting goes, because I had lots to dye and prepare. Part of them was your kits, and part of them was coming up with new colorways. And another thing was that the last 10 days, yes, I've been feeling very weird mood swings. Of course, I was like PMSing like crazy, and I was trying to be more relaxed and more posed than I could handle, because like my nerves and my mood was like over the moon, over the sky limit, over the universe. Like, I don't know, I had ups and downs, and I felt very tired. Another issue that's been coming up is like I usually never do fever, and it's very difficult for me to have fever, but I would be having like a few degrees up and then a headache, and then like I would shut down. And that was kind of bit weird, because I was doing fine and I wanted to do so many things, but I didn't have the energy. So of course, little session with my yoga teacher and my coach for my retraining of my back, because I have lots of issues with my back, if you didn't know. Well, you know, it was, first of all, I have to calm down my neuric system, and second of all, you know, I have to take it more slow, which that is good, but it's awful for a person like me, because I'm the kind of person who wants to tackle everything and do as much as I can and as much as I want to do. And because I have lots of ideas, I want to do all the ideas together, and I don't want to waste my time and other people's time. So I usually like burn up myself, and yeah, and then I'm done, which is kind of silly, because as I burn out myself, then I'm not doing stuff, and then, you know, I'm just losing time. But it's okay, because taking care of myself and of the yarns, and so you can have more, is not a waste of time, right? Yes. So yes, I have a new, like, a bit yogi program, and a bit more nutritional day-to-day program. Not very restrictive, because I'm a kind of person, if you give me like a strict program, I'm never gonna do it. I'm never gonna pull through it. So yes, I don't like restriction. I don't like people bossing me around what to do and not to do. But because I wanted to sleep better, I wanted to eat a bit more properly, and I wanted to exercise a bit more, day-to-day basis, but not exhaust myself. It was changes that needed to happen so my mind and my nervous system isn't burned out immediately. Yes. So, yeah. And all that to say that I am also a very messy person, because it's not only in my head, of course, it's also all around me. If only you could see what I have around me. Like literally boxes of new colorways, boxes like baskets more, and then baskets of yarns that needs to be labeled. Then there's my sewing machine in the middle. I don't know what she's doing there in the middle, but she's perfectly fine over there. And there's like a huge mess over here. So I'm alright with the mess. But yes, after the podcast, I think I'm gonna put everything in their places. But all that to say that I haven't done that much of knitting, but I have finished a sock. And of course, when you need your sock blockers, you can find them. So that's why I said that I'm messy. But it's really cool. It's actually my first... Sorry, I just found a stitch marker. Yes, it was on the floor. Okay, so those are my first socks that I made with my MCN base, which is Nyx. Nyx is the goddess of the night. Yeah. So they're very, very soft, very warm. And I made them extra long. Yes. And I actually haven't blocked them, but I want to block them because I didn't do any decrease, increase. So it is tight on my leg, which I love. I love them to be tight on my leg, but I really want them to give them just a bit more room. So I'm actually going to use my sock blockers when I find them. That's it. So yes. So this is the Pollock colorway, the one with the speckles, and the heel and the cuff is from my Magritte colorway. And it's actually kind of funny because I just use the rest that I have from my Shisui shrug, and I'm on my second sock right now, and I'm not sure I'm gonna have enough to go up that high because I just have only this, but it's okay. I have more than the Magritte, so it's gonna be perfect, even if I have a bit more of this colorway, it's gonna be pretty cool. Then I was thinking if I had enough of the Pollock colorway to do, socks with the Magritte and have the Pollock colorway in the cuffs and heels, but obviously I'm not gonna have enough, but it's gonna be okay, right? I might just gonna make them like plain Magritte, or maybe I will just, it's not like I don't have any other sock yarn on my stash, or yeah, or on my leftovers, like, right? But I really, really like them, and I'm very happy that I actually did make them a bit longer, because I'm usually saying, okay, I'm gonna make them longer, and I never do. And I'm very happy. Okay, I know I've shown you this small project bag again, but how summery is it? And I've put these little glasses and this beautiful sun project keepers over here, and I love the fabric inside with the little ants. Yes, I'm going crazy about this small project bag. I don't know why, but it makes me really smile and it makes my day. So here goes. So finished object, one sock, you guys. It's a vanilla sock, but it was kind of a bit the only thing that I had the courage to do, and I just wanted something simple and something, when you have a headache, you just don't want to do anything. And actually the last couple of days I was really a bit off from social media, you know, like I didn't post a lot of pictures on Instagram. Yesterday I did a beautiful walk by myself in the center of Athens, where afterwards I met a friend to have lunch. But then when I came back home, like it was, my head was like going to explode. So I just turned off the lights, and you know, I just had a very small lamp next to me, and I read a bit, and then I just put you know, of course, the Deathly Hollows, because I was just watching, rewatching all the Harry Potters, and then I just put the last one yesterday, and I was just knitting on my sock and, you know, really unwinding, and it was really cool. My boyfriend had to work with a friend of his on a project, so it was perfect. You know, I had the house by myself. The cat was very sweet, and she was, you know, just snoring away her afternoon. So yes, it was like the perfect project, like me not talking to anyone and just, you know, stitch, knit, knit, and that was it. But I have resurrected another whip that in the last podcast I didn't even dare talk about it because I haven't worked at all. And can you guess? Can you guess? It is my Marred Magic sweater. Yes, I worked on it. And I have to say that it's going to be a very crazy one. I had a vision of how I wanted it to be. And then, of course, with all the yarns and depending my mood, it's changing all the time. And I actually love it. So this is section 1, and this is section 2. So I had those 2 sections done. Then I did the section 3, and he calls for brioche, and he says if you want to add some mohair, that's the point that you have to add it, and you can just work with the color and a mohair, and or, you know, marred it, like change and fading it, or do whatever you want. But I decided to go crazy, and sorry, I'm just searching my yarn. Where is it? Okay, I just have it here. I'm gonna grab the skein because I can't find my little ball. So I decided to go a bit crazy, neon-y, and I put lemon incest all the way through with Pollock on Poseidon, which is my Kid Silk yarn base. So those 2 together is making this crazy brioche beautiful edge, and I really like it. And this is, if I think correctly, over here. So I'm thinking I'm gonna do the same stripy, bold, yellowish with the speckles of the mohair on the other side, if I remember right. Okay, then I also did section number 4, and section number 4 is over here somewhere, if I remember correctly, or is it over here? Well, anyways, I don't know where it is. I don't remember. And this is it. It's a darker, he says, like if you have lighter, depending how you structure it, he says in his advice, if you have lighter colors here, you can have the contrast with darker, or vice versa. And also if you want to choose mohair. But I didn't want to have a lot of mohair, and because I think this section is a bit under the arm, I didn't want it, you know, to rub and have lots of peeling afterwards. So I just did a marled from a darker to a bit lighter color. Yes. And actually I think from this part over here, I just changed one color, and then the other one was just the same. Where usually I start with 2 colors, then I cut the first, then I cut the second, then I cut the first, you know, and I alternate like that. But for a big portion over here, I had a purple one, and maybe you can see it. I love this marled effect, and it's awesome. And I would have done a bit more, but you can see my cable is a bit, you know, just for it. And now for the next section I have to pick up over here more stitches. And as you know, I'm very lazy on picking up stitches, you know, it makes me pause on it. But also I wasn't feeling in the mood because I wasn't feeling right, as I told you. So that's where I am. But for the next section, I'm not sure what I'm gonna use, but I think I'm going to go with more colder colors, maybe blues and some greens. And I'm thinking maybe adding a pop of orange in between, but I'm not sure. Yes, we'll see, right? Yes. And that was one idea, and then the other idea was to use all the white with speckles. So I don't know, I like both ideas, but I think how it's looking right now, it has more sense for me to go with the more colorful, bold colors. Yeah, so those are the whips that I was being more actively working on. I also have the test knit that I can show you, which is a collaboration, as I've talked to you, with Chilla Knits and Marcella Chang. And I'm very happy that today, when I was doing my notes for the podcast, I saw that Katie from Inside Number 23 was back on her podcast because she also wasn't feeling very well and she worked a lot. But now she did finally recorded and posted one of her beautiful videos. And she's also test knitting with my yarn, and I'm very happy. I can't wait for her to also show what we're doing, what we're working on. But yes, I'm done with the body. I'm done with the sleeves, and then there's the yoke part. In the yoke part, there's a small detail, but it's not very difficult. It just it's a bit more challenging for me because as I was a bit not feeling very well, I didn't want to really think about it, and it's just a small portion that you kind of want to feel a bit more about it, and I've been kind of lazy. And it's silly because, like, really I knitted everything all the way up because it's a bottom up, like in 6 days, and then like 10 days I'm not doing anything, and it's such a shame because I might have been probably like finished it. But it's okay, it's gonna happen. I'm much better feeling, and maybe today later on I'm gonna work a bit more on it. It will depend. It will depend. I prefer not to rush things and have them done when they want to be done, then, you know, go crazy about them. Okay. Yes. Oh, and I'm very happy that Katie, you know, she said that I'm a very cheeky, naughty, and smart lady. Yes! That's so exciting because I am cheeky, I am naughty, and I am smart, right? Yes. And I've also sent her 2 skeins, which were actually the 2 first colors of my sock club, and she showed them, and they're going to be giveaways for her viewers. So, you know, just check out her podcast and have all the information. And yeah, maybe you want to join one of her knit-alongs or giveaways. Okay, as I'm talking now about the sock club, now sock club subscriptions are up, and I can show you the 3 first ones if you're interested. Actually, I don't have the second one because I sold it yesterday, but I'm gonna put here a picture. Otherwise, you, Katie from Inside Number 23 has it, so you can watch her podcast to see the second one. So I'm really sorry. I wanted to show you the 3 of them together, but I actually can't right now. So the first one, it was Hakuna Matata. Yes, Hakuna Matata. So as you can understand, Hakuna Matata stands for Lion King, the Lion King. I went crazy because orange is my favorite color, as you might know, and I wanted my first ever sock club yarn to be orangey. Yes, so this is Hakuna Matata. Some of the colorway, some of the skins, you know, ended up having a bit more brown or a bit of more purple, as all hand-dyed yarns, they're never the same, even in the same batch. So I'm very happy with it. I'm actually thinking of keeping it for myself, or maybe not. I don't know, like, you guys, it's so pretty. Then you have Do You Trust Me, which is the one that I don't have, but here's the picture. And Do You Trust Me was kind of bit, I was in the same mood with Disney, and Do You Trust Me for me is screams Aladdin, and it was just an Aladdin themed beautiful skein, and I wanted to keep one for me also. I actually thought like I could do like a show with the three of the first sock club subscriptions, and actually I could, because the third one is Take Me With You. So the two first ones were very more crazy, like crazy orange and crazy bluish purple, and this is Take Me With You, and it's more subtle. It has a bit more grain. It has lots of tiny speckles here and there, but a bit more subtle over here. And I really like them, like those two and a bluish purple one. Oh my god, yes. So the second enrollment of sock clubs, if you're interested, it's up and you can go and subscribe. On the listing you will see, go under shop and you will see sock club, and you can go ahead and subscribe for 3 months. Yes, I usually send the sock clubs the last week of the month, but if I'm traveling, or if I know that I'm traveling, I might send them a bit earlier on. So yes, that's the only thing I can say about that. Then what should I talk about? Okay, let's go for shopping, for the shop updates and stuff like that, as I'm talking for the sock club. Okay, the sock club is up, and then new colorways are up. I have 4 new colorways, and actually one that I haven't really properly introduced to the shop, which is also a new colorway, so I can actually introduce it right now. So there are 5. So the first one that I haven't really properly introduced, either on Instagram or Facebook or wherever, it is this beautiful pistachio colorway with speckles, and it's called Spring Has Sprung. I love how the background is muted and it has these little speckles of purple, reddish purple, you know, magenta and things. Yes, but it's really soft, and I actually never thought that I would really like, you know, green yarns, but lately I'm drawn to green so crazy, but I love it, I really do. So check it out if you are interested. Okay, so this is Spring Has Sprung. Then I'm in a summer mood, and when you say summer mood, you should have a mojito, girl. Yes, what summer without a mojito? It's nothing, I'm telling you. So this is mojito, greenish with just a bit of yellow, and it's so beautiful. So this is mojito, yeah. Spring Has Sprung, mojito. And then if you don't like mojitos and you're like my friend Bella, you'd like a margarita. Margarita. It's actually more of a lime margarita, But I didn't want to name it like lime margarita. It's gonna be like silly. So this is the lime margarita. Okay, mojito, lime margarita. And then, of course, we have to go with Cosmo. Cosmopolitan is here for your service and for your girl nights. Or, yes. This actually was, I was flirting on the idea of naming it Sex and the City. Like, really? No? Yes. I should get a Sex and the City colorway for sure. So this is Cosmopolitan, and I really like it next to them. Yes. And then, because I love cassis, and I love sparkling things, and sparkly and cocktails means champagne cocktails. So here we go, Kir Royale. And this is Kir Royale. Yes. So Kir Royale, Cosmo, Margarita, and Mojito. And I'm thinking maybe a half to be like in between of those two. And maybe that could be my So Faded sweater. Yes. I'm changing my mind all the time. Like, you guys, it's not my fault. I love orange. And I actually kind of like this. Otherwise, I'm gonna go crazy orange. And crazy orange means like that. With a pop of I don't know what in the middle. Oh, maybe Hakuna Matata. Where is it? Yeah. Maybe this. Oh my god, I'm going nuts, you guys. I'm going crazy over here. You see what? You can trust me. Orange is my power. Okay, okay. Breathe in, breathe out. But this is crazy awesome. But yes. Or maybe that could be also a solution. Huh? I hadn't thought about that. Because I prefer orange. Maybe I can do an Hakuna Matata and have it. Oh, I'm sorry. I can't just hold them up. Yeah, I love that. Oh my god. It's gonna be very happy because Hakuna Matata, it's like get over your worries, you girl, and then you have all the cocktails to go with it. Oh my gosh. Yes. I think this is my So Faded, guys. Yes. I'm sorry. I solemnly swear I am up to no good. You were caked and beautiful and also in beautiful merino silky single, but yeah. I don't know. What should I do with them? I have another proposition, so wait for it. Okay. Okay. So maybe that's a cool idea. So here you go, guys. You know, new colorways. They're up on the shop. Are they up on the shop? Yes, they're up on the shop, and I'm going nuts, and I'm just changing my mind of things that I had decided so long ago. Ooh, maybe with this also. Maybe with that also, that could work. But this is going more into the pale section. Then that is going more into the TréLiz section. Okay, I'm happy. I'm gonna go with that, I think. Yes, it's getting me over the moon. I'm very excited. Can you see that? Yes. I can. Well, you can, I'm sure. Okay, so that was the shop update news. And then, last but not least, I'm going to have more kits available in the shop. So, there are going to be pre-orders. There are going to be lots of colorways available. I'm thinking of different color combos and different yarn bases. So I'm gonna go crazy over here and suggest for you to have 5 skeins of yarn, fading or not, depending what you want to do, for the new shawl made by Hohi. So I'm just retaking this part because I kind of mixed up the yardage and the meters that about this project that I'm about to talk. So Hoki Locatelli said in a post on Instagram that she's going to release a new shawl, and it's going to be called The Fading Point. It is going to be released on the 12th of April, and she says that you will need 5 skeins of 400 yards, and I thought she was talking about 400 meters, and I wasn't sure in which yarn base you would like me to make kits, and I was, you know, rambling about that, but it's 400 yards, which means it's 366 meters. And the good thing is that she says that you're going to use all of the skeins, like you will have very little leftovers, so it's like 5 skeins usable, you know, because there's a lot of fading patterns, but you don't really, you know, use all of it, and sometimes it doesn't feel like a waste because, come on, you're gonna do something with the leftover yarn. But I think it's nice when you have, you know, a project and you know that all of the yarn that you have for it will go in it. So I was thinking of making pre-orders from the 4th of April until the 22nd of April, and then have a knit along starting around the 20th of May or something like that, 20th or 25th of May. I am thinking to be, you know, to start the knit along a bit later than earlier on, because I'm preparing for the Clamart Festival in Paris in beginning of May, and then I'm having a knitting retreat where I will be going, so I want to make sure that you will be having your kit that you have pre-ordered, you know, right on time for this, and I'm very excited. So I was thinking, as it's 366 meters, and it's summer, definitely I will propose to you I think 6 different fades and 2 yarn bases at least. So I was thinking on my single superwash merino, which is the Zeus yarn base, and then I adore my Psyche yarn base, which is superwash merino, 50% superwash merino and 50% silk single. It's gonna be airy, breathable, and an amazing thing to knit in, you know, warmer days. So yes, and it gives such a nice shine to the yarn. So yeah, I'm thinking pretty much of having those 2 yarn bases. If you think that you would prefer to have applied yarn base also in the mix, just let me know in the comments and I might add another option. But I think 2 options is good, like trying to keep it simple for the dyeing process and, you know, not making mistakes. So yeah, and that was it. So that was the little pop editing. I hope I won't, you know, just ruin the original podcast I did, but it's okay, you get me, right? And that's it. I don't have actually much more to show or to say. I've been, yeah, a bit down lately, but I'm doing better and better, and I'm kind of excited of this new so faded combo, but I don't have the Hakuna Matata single, so I should dye a couple, well, for me and for the shop, that's what I mean by it. But yeah, also like that, it would be nice, but I really like it like this, like, yeah. And the green more up or the darker? Yeah, I like it like that. I don't know what's happening. I'm going green, you guys. There's something in the air, like literally this Sahara sand that's coming from Africa is getting into me. I'm in love with green. Yeah. Okay. I'm also very excited because lots of different things are happening on the background with TréLiz, and yeah, I can't wait to share it, and I can't wait to tell you more, but for the moment I can't, so I have to be calm And there's also another thing that I'm thinking on doing at some point in springtime, and we are in springtime, is having these beautiful bags in limited number with a sock yarn. My idea was to propose this bag because it's colorful with the mandala skein, sock skein, but maybe it's going to be another more muted background color with lots of speckles, but we'll see. This beautiful bag is made from Spool Stories. I've already talked about her. She's a Greek maker, and I really, really love her bags. And yeah, we said maybe we can have a small amount of a skein and a huge bag, because as you can see, it's not a sock bag, it's really, really a big bag that we're thinking on proposing in small amounts. So, you know, if you like what you see, what I'm talking about, just, you know, either subscribe on the channel or just find me on Instagram and TréLiz_color is power and TréLiz in all the other platforms, Ravelry, Twitter, Facebook, you know, whatever. And if you want to ask me something, please don't be shy, just ask. If I can answer, I will answer. Otherwise, you know, if you're a bit out of line, I might, you know, just, you know, reply politely that, you know, I can't answer it, or that I don't know, because I don't know everything. But I will be very happy to have a contact with you, whoever you are, whatever you do, you know, just don't be shy and come forward. And always I will hopefully see your message, except if it goes into spam or something like that, and I will try to accommodate what your needs are, but I might not respond immediately, okay? It might take me a couple of days, but I will respond in the end, okay? So thank you for watching, thank you for coming back again, or thank you for subscribing if you've done, and I think I'm gonna kick those up. Yeah, it's decided.